Okie dokie. Today I'm going to take a little different trip. I'm going to go up to Fort Worth. Um, there was a press release on the VinFast website. Basically said that they've added some dealerships. Oh, this one only has a wrench on it, so maybe it's just a service center. I don't know. But I thought I'd go up and see what's there and see what I can find. Okay, welcome to the Collins Street Bakery here in Waco, Texas. Or I guess it's just a store, right? I don't know. Okay, 107 miles, an hour 48, and 308 watt hours per mile. Yes, I am moving at highway speeds. You're absolutely right. I was at what, 83, 84? No, 86, 87, 86. I was at 86%. I'm now at 35, so I've used 50% battery. Let me go plug in. Okay, so let's see if we can catch up here. The Highland Lake Boulevard stop sign, interestingly enough, he didn't react to it. It's almost like somebody's in the car updating pieces. I mean, I'm not updated. I am still at 11.4.9, so I don't know. But it feels like that sometimes they make little tweaks in the FSD software, right? That's what it feels like. All right. So anyway, going up on the Loman Ford, not really a problem. Had to give it a little accelerator to keep the car moving. The light was green. I was following another car. So that's all that's going on there. So no big deal. Going through the construction zone on 1431, it almost feels like, because of the construction barrels and the fact that I'm not centered in where the lane used to be, maybe FSD is going, he must not be paying attention. That's the way it feels to me now. Because there were 3 hand nags. One of them was a flashing boot, and the other 2 were the red hands on gray wheel. I mean, I don't know. And the as soon as I cleared that flashing blue, looked back up the street, drove a little bit, looked down, I already had a hand nag. What? And yet coming up I-35, coming out 1431 after Cedar Park, didn't get a single nag. I don't know. It's weird. But whatever. Peace and harmony. It is what it is. You know? Just get over it. Yeah. I don't trust you enough. Yeah, so I'm going to charge up a little bit more than maybe Tesla would like me to. But I want to make sure I have plenty of energy. Although I've gone back, I have added that I'm going up to Fort Worth and then going back home. And so it's added another stop in Alvarado. Okay, that makes sense. That's actually where I think I would have thought I would stop before. But I'm here in Waco. But whatever, peace and harmony. Okay, so FSD, I mean, when he's not competing with other traffic, he's fine. Okay? Let me just pick. Oh, man, how do I say this? There are several times when FSD wanted to switch lanes, but there was another car there, or there's a car coming up, one or the other. It doesn't make sense. There are other times when he wants to, he thinks he wants to pass a car, but he's already at his speed limit, so he can't go faster, and he's not fully catching up to that car. So why do you want to go around him if you're not passing him? For example, there was a Ford, I think it was a tan Ford pickup. We came up, FSD says, oh, I'm going to pass him. Well, it turns out, no, he's not. He's not going to pass him. Come on, man. Okay, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Interesting is later on in Waco, that truck is like a mile up the road. A mile up the road from me. Come on. You're nowhere near passing him. But so in the process of me having to brake and then other traffic suddenly coming around, I lost all that space. Why? Because FSD thought he was California Red Ranger. Okay, whatever. So there's that one. This is stupidity. Is it on that one? No, it's on another one. So on another one where he's saying, oh, I'm going to pass this car. Cool, okay. I didn't glance real hard. I guess if I glance a little bit harder. So FSD apparently has the troubles looking behind him a fair distance away. Within a few car lengths, oh, he sees clearly. If he disagrees, he doesn't want to do it. So you have to do brake on FSD off to make the maneuver. Yes, and there were several times where I was committing myself to make that maneuver. There was room from a human perspective, but FSD thought there wasn't room. Oh, come on. Get going. Okay, whatever. Coming back to this one. So we're coming up on a car. I mean, gradually, sort of, kind of. And FSD decides he's going to pass this car. Okay. Like I said, I didn't look real hard behind me, but, I mean, it was clear beside me. So he moves over. All of a sudden, this Ram pickup comes charging up, goes to the middle lane that we just vacated, goes up, goes past us, and then bounces back to the inside lane and goes. That's how slow we're going. Okay? No, this isn't going to work. So, I don't know. I don't quite get it. All these people say, yes, I drive with absolutely no interventions on highway trips. I don't see how. I mean, I guess if you're flying up the road, maybe. But I don't see it otherwise. Okay, whatever. There was a bunch of interruptions. I guess if I was doing it more seriously, I would do this different, but okay, whatever. I mean, overall, there was no failure to follow navigation. I mean, when we're getting off of 1431 onto 183, I-35 frontage road, there was a spot where you have to get over, and what they've done is the left turn lane, they've extended it back. So FSD was like, wait, I think that's it. I'm not sure. And so he got a little bit past it, crossing the white line. I mean, that's what I assume is he just wasn't sure about it. But he handled it. He did it. Okay. So nothing really bad. It's just in some places where I wish you would have done it differently. You know, that's the way it is. Okay, onward, upward charge. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. I'd already reached my limit. I was past the limit of 75%. So we'll see what happens. It sounds like I should be a little bit short, but there's plenty of choices to pull me out if I need it. So let's go. Okay, I guess the good news is it looks like the Waco EA is working. Everybody's plugged in. Okay, well, I'm not exactly at the dealership. I'm parked on the road back behind them, but whatever. 92 miles, an hour and 32 minutes, 293 watt hours per mile, and that's expected. I mean, we're driving highway speeds. The outside temperatures range from 64 up to 66. So, I mean, there is some air conditioning, some heat, but whatever, peace and army. So the good news is it looked like almost every post at the Electrify America up there in North Waco, there was cars parked at every one of them, so that might mean they're all active. You might say, well, gee, Ray, why? Well, if I were to get a VinFast for a long term, I think I almost certainly need Waco as a charging point. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Right? If you take their numbers that VinFast puts out, I can make it all the way, no problems whatsoever. But like this car says it has 300 miles range. course, I only charged to 75%, so that's part of it too. Whatever, peace and harmony. So anyway, I was checking. I checked the one at the Round Rock Outlet Mall. I checked the one at in Waco at the Walmart, north of Waco, and or Belmead, whatever, and just to be sure, or just to have a good idea. Okay. Anyway, peace and harmony. More FSD wildness. I mean, part of the idea is, well, I could just trust FSD to drive, right? Well, so he's still sometimes he wants to get over to pass a vehicle that he thinks is going to pass, but they're actually going about the same speed we are. And as soon as you get over to pass them, if they speed up just a mile an hour, you're not passing them. Okay. Sometimes I have vehicles coming up from behind me and I really need to get over. Sometimes FSD will say I need to move out of the passing lane and do it. Although then he tends to be very close to that vehicle. Okay, it may be half a car length, something like that. You definitely should be moving further away when you cut in front of them. I shouldn't say cut, but when you move in front of them. Okay. On the other hand, if FSD doesn't like it, I turn on turn signal, he's not going to do it. Brake on FSD off, handle it for him, send a message saying, since you can't do it, I'll handle it for you. Yes, Tesla's going to have like four messages like that, 5. Just getting here. Tesla's going to hear, well, since you're too stupid to handle it, I'll do it for you. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. Yeah, so there was that. I mean, it's all typical FSD. Right? It is. So the other thing was, I'm coming up on passing a pickup and a trailer, I think it is. Maybe it was semi. That's not the important part. There's 2 fast cars coming up on me. The first fast car is following me. Okay, cool. The other fast car, oh, we'll show you. I'm going to go. And so he comes up equal with my door. And then he slows down. Why? Because there's not space for him. But because he comes up, FSD says, oh, I better slow down because something bad's going to happen if I keep going. You got a point, funneling solar, keep the car going. I'll grant you, FSD had a point there. That was not a safe situation. So for you tailgater type people like, oh yeah, I'm gonna run all over the road, you're causing people to slow down. And some of those people are in front of you. In this case, yes, okay, I'm not in front of you, but you can't pass me. So what's the point? Other than making me slow down a little bit, what was the point of what you were doing? Yeah, you didn't have a point. You were just being stupid. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. And of course, they had a crew out. Well, maybe just one guy in a pickup. They had a crew out picking up trash from the inside lane and in the space in between the lanes, or between the asphalt. He had 3, I think it was 3 Scorpion trucks behind him, and they're spaced out for like 1.5 miles, 2 miles. Oh my. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I get why they're doing it. It's to be safer, but you also have to keep in mind, when you frustrate people too much, they tend to get more stupid. Like the stupid guy here who's trying to get in front of me, and in the process slowed me and the car behind me down. I mean, whatever. Peace and harmony. It's okay. Let's see, the total trip so far, 199 miles. It's right on target. 60 kilowatt hours used. Average energy is 301. Yes, so we did slow down a bit coming into Fort Worth. That's true. And I also slowed down because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss my exit. Because this place is out on 820, and you had to go on 20 to 820 to get here. Anyway, peace and harmony. It's all good. Okay, so now I walked around the place a little bit. Where are we at? We have state of charge is 33%. Going back down here, it says I'm going to arrive in Abbott with 2%. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I mean, I could possibly make 2%. Anyway, total drive so far has been 199 miles, 60 kilowatt hours, with an average of 301 watt hours per mile. It is currently 137. Let's get going. Okay, welcome to Pilot here in Alvarado. 32 miles, 30 minutes, 328 watt hours per mile. I started out with, it was going to be 3% when I got to Abbott. And I'm like, yeah. And sure enough, as soon as I started driving, it dropped to 2. So I just switched. Hey, whatever, peace and harmony, it's all good. All right, I'm trying to redo my trip to get home. So he has me back to Abbott at 19% right now. I don't know, and I'm only charging at 66 kilowatt hours, or 666 kilowatts, sorry. What is stupid is there's a guy next to me in a Model Y. So he must have pulled in and said, hey, look, I want to be next to that Model 3. Let's ignore the fact I can get a space where I have A and B to myself. Oh, goodness gracious. Whatever, peace and harmony. What's that? You don't get it? Okay, I'm at a version 2 supercharger. Okay? Version 2s have AB. So if you're on A, you don't want anybody on B. So you can pull maximum power available, at least for those 2 posts. If somebody pulls in next to you, then you're splitting the power available to those 2 posts. So I'm down to 66 kilowatts, which means I really should stop in Abbott. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, so pulling out from behind Hiley Auto Group. Go down to get on 820. Get on 820 just fine. And it's pretty typical actually for Dallas Fort Worth, and that is there's all these various roads that are suddenly peeling off or joining in, and it's a mess. It's a big mess. Okay, so I get up on the 820 going southbound, and right away FSD saying I need to move to follow route. I'm like, what? I mean, to me it was 3 lanes that were going to continue. For some reason, it turns out he sort of had, no, he didn't have point. No, not at all. I could have stayed in the outside lane. There was a car sort of coming up on me in the middle lane. Because FSD had to move to the middle lane, we cut that car off. Okay, maybe we left him a car length, something like that. Jeez Louise, come on, stupidity. Okay, knowing that I'm going to have like a 3% arrival, I state of charge, I'm like, well, what should I do here? So I find, but I postponed it. Like, okay, I know there's Alvarado. We just have to get it in and get to there, and then we'll figure it out. Which is what I end up doing in a roundabout way. Okay, so I come across this pickup. He's going almost 10 miles under the speed limit, but because I'm not really sure what to expect, I know we're going to go south pretty soon. Like within 2 miles, we're going to turn south. So I know that's coming up. I don't want to pass this truck. FSD, of course, wants to pass him. And as it turns out, well, if I let FSD pass him, then we wouldn't further down the road, because now we got cars that are starting to come up on the right side going slow. Okay. And it looks like with those cars there, I'm going to do some. Fortunately, the pickup that I'd been following moves to the right, opens up in front of me. So I use the accelerator to get up to highway speeds again and go past all the cars on the right. Okay, well, I mean, that worked out. I mean, I survived. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. It's all good, right? we finally get up onto, so then you go into 30, and 30 runs into 35W. The instructions were kind of confusing the way they were worded, but I had a feeling I knew what they were trying to say. That is navigation. That we're going to go on a frontage road or something like that to make it to 35W. Okay, and actually it's not really a frontage road. It's a ramp. It's 0.4 of a mile long. I don't know, whatever. Peace and harmony. It's all good. All right, finally get up on 35W. We're driving along, and FSD moves us into the middle lane. Okay, it's cool. And then FSD says, hey, I want to pass this. It turns out we're coming up on a pickup pulling what looks like a horse trailer. Okay, he wants to move over past him. Okay, fine. Except we're going about the same speed. Yeah. How are you going past him if you're going the same speed? Come on, man. Come on. All right, whatever. Peace and harmony. So while finally we catch up to him, and while we're going by him, all of a sudden he has his driver's side wheels, including the trailer, on my side of the lane dividing line. FSD brakes. Not really, really hard. He just brakes. Okay? Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that, FSD. But whatever. Peace and harmony. Brake on, FSD off. Foot on the accelerator. Let's go. I mean, there's a vehicle behind me who's waiting for me to move. This is not a good place to be playing around here, dude. Okay, whatever. Accelerate away past this guy. In the meantime, there's a pickup who's, I'm going really fast. And he's going around on the outside, going around everything. And just when I think he's about to pop up, it turns out he's going to make a right exit. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, everybody's crazy around here. But, I mean, it's the almost big city, right? Fort Worth is the little sister of the big Dallas. Whatever. Peace and harmony. It's all good. So we have a mix of traffic, some slow, some fast. It's just typical stuff. Okay. The one with the deal with the horse trailer is by far the worst one. Oh, it's okay. We survived. Okay. So I managed to get Alvarado plugged in, and for some reason he has me going down to some turnaround point and coming back. Well, there's an exit right there, but I didn't realize that's what he was doing until we're going by. It's a pilot. Until we're going by the pilot, or actually we're going by the exit. We're in the inside lane. There's a semi in the outside lane. This was FSD's choice, right? I didn't tell FSD to be there. FSD chose to be there. Okay, so first I'm going, what? I don't want to have to go all the way back, because we just passed it, so it's 2.4 miles down and then 2.4 miles back. Anyway, surely there's a better answer. No, there's not. Yes, FSD did ding at me, which, as it turns out, meant he really wanted to go right, but that's what navigation was saying, so it's confusing, right? Whatever, peace and harmony. I had plenty of energy to make it to Alvarado, no problems whatsoever. Oh, you shifted me down to Waco. Okay. So here you go. The beauties of using Tesla navigation and supercharger navigation. This was Abbott and is now shifted to be Waco. And actually, at 20%, yeah, it's just going to do a 5-minute charge up. Is it worth sitting here for a few more minutes? It might be. It might be worth sitting here for a few more minutes. See if it'll take away Waco. Well, that means I'll be sitting here for a long time. But okay, whatever. So anyway, we make it. as I'm coming up on the exit, I'm like, the instructions and navigation and the road signs aren't exactly matching up to me, but I could see the dot for the supercharger, or the little whatever you call that drop point pin. I can see it's there, so I kind of know that's probably the exit. It doesn't match the wording, but navigation knows where he's going, although he kind of comes in hot. Whoa, baby. It wouldn't hurt you slow down 5 miles an hour here. Whew. Yes. So he makes that. He turned on a turn signal, so somebody that was behind me switches over, because he's going like, I'm not sure what you're doing. Yes, I'm going slow. I'm going 65 miles an hour in the 70 zone. Wow. So all those people just dying to get in an accident. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, they must be desperately good faith. Okay, whatever. So we make it in. As soon as I see the entrance to go into the rest stop, gas station, whatever it is, truck stop, I go into it. This is the one that navigation would have had me go into? No, but I stuck with it anyway. So there you go. How far is it from Waco to Temple? it's 100 miles to Waco. So it's like 40 or 50 miles. Okay. So the thing that's catching me is it wants to do a 5-minute stop in Waco. Just 5 minutes to take a quick drink. Oh, from Temple, it wants me to arrive with 9%? Well, I was kind of hoping to do highway speeds here, dude. Okay, whatever. I've already talked about the guy in the mile wide next to me. It's an education thing, right? But who wants to talk about version 2s? I've only stopped at version 2 because I desperately needed to charge up. I mean, if I... And FSD did pop up the message saying, well, if you stay under 65 miles per hour, you could make it. Yeah. On I-35, I-30W, you're nuts. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. There you go. It's all okay. The one thing I will say is, at least for Alvarado, because I've been here before, and that time they had 2 or 3 ICE vehicles just parked in the spaces here. And it does say general parking 30 minutes. Right? It does say that, although that might be confusing to some people, I guess. Or some people might interpret, well, I can just park there. It's okay. No, you can't. I need to charge. Get out of the way. No. In this case, if only I had a nice car next to me, then I would have these 2 superchargers to myself, or these 2 posts to myself. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Oh, he just took out Waco, but he says I need to charge for another 10 minutes. I'm at 57%. Okay, fine. There you go. And it's estimating that I'm going to arrive with 26%? What? If I stay on 10 minutes more. Anyway, that's the video. There you go. Okay, there you go. Executive decision made. Actually, we're down to, we're going to be at minus 9% when we get home. Right, but there's plenty of charges on the way, so we'd be okay. All right, does DV belong to anybody? Holy cow. Twice, he's barely passed me. Both times, cut in front of me. Second time, forced me to shift lanes quickly. Come on. Okay, here we are in Temple at Buc-ee's. 98 miles an hour, 21. 326 watt hours per mile. Yes, sirree, Bob. Let's see, at 70 degrees, my AC is actually set to 67. Okay, let me go get the energy going. All right. Oh, man. Let's see, total trip so far is 329 miles for 102 kilowatt hours. Average energy use is 311 watt hours per mile. That is actually better than 3 miles per kilowatt. So there you go, there's that part. All right. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. Heading out from the supercharger there in Alvarado. Really no big deal. I mean, there's just some weird traffic. Actually, there's one guy. Oh man, what the hell's? I'm sorry. What is going on with him? I don't know. It's a DV. He has a DV plate, so it's a disabled veteran. And I think the one time he passed me, when I looked over here, he looked like a black guy, but I don't know. Hey, whatever. And you already seen the little clip I did on the second time he passed me. Okay, so slowly, gradually, I'm catching up to him. And eventually I'm coming up, like I'm almost up. I'm not almost, I'm like 3 or 4 tenths away from him. And so I just maintain speed. Maybe he looked back and got uncomfortable, and deservedly he should. He has twice, he cut in front of me after I mean, if you're passing somebody and you're finding it hard to pass them, just give another mile an hour. That's all it takes. Another mile, 2 miles an hour, and you can go by them. That's all it takes. Yeah, I mean, I've done that same thing myself. Like, what is going on? I need to get past this car. Okay, give it another mile, 2 hour. Okay, whatever. It's just the way it is. You know, some people are just that way. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know. Okay, so after the second time, when I started catching up to him, I maintained the speed there. That's all I did. I just maintained the speed. Don't get too close to him, because who knows? As we started getting close to Waco, yes, gradually I was catching up, and he went to the outside lane. I went to the inside lane. He's probably turning. I hope that's all it was. He's just turning. But that's the kind of stuff you go like, what is going on up there? I mean, like I said, don't cut somebody off when you're passing them. That's dangerous and stupid. Okay, whatever. Other than that, I mean, yes, there was some people. There was a guy in a F-150 came storming up. I could see he's coming up. I was sort of passing a semi. I mean, yes, I was passing a semi, yes, but I mean, I wasn't speeding up to pass him. I was just passing him normally. He comes storming up on my bumper, but in this case, I'm almost past the semi. Just get a little bit more, move over, no big deal. Done. Okay, so it's just normal I-35 traffic stuff, at least for Central Texas. You know, that's just normal stuff. Okay, man, this guy is ripping, but he's already dropped down to 177 kilowatts. But yes, he was good and hot. Okay, whatever. All right, so I've already mentioned it, right? Sometimes when FSD decides, so he's passing a car, when he feels like a car's coming up behind him, so sometimes he feels a rush to get over out of the passing lane. What does that mean? That means he's not giving enough room for the car we're passing. Same thing the DV guy did to me. Cutting in too close. Okay, so the last time he did it, okay, we're about to cut off a car. And I'm like, oh crap, I need to do something. So I put my foot on the accelerator. Well, guess what FSD did? He threw up red hands on a pale steering wheel or something. So it's something about speed limit. Okay, I guess that means he's mad that I was going too fast. But you're going to cut off a car. Who told you to do that stupid thing? You could have gone up further. Anyway, so let's see. I don't know. Does it tell me down here? I don't know. Anyway, it almost feels like he threw a strike, because then the autopilot wheel got disabled until I got here to Buc-ee's. Oh my goodness. Just stupid stuff. Just stupid stuff. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. I survived. But that's the way it is. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll have to find out later when I got a strike. But I should have another 4 strikes after that, so we'll see. It's just, it's not even my fault. It's FSD being stupid. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Okay, stopping at the bank. So 55 miles, 54 minutes, 318 watt-hours per mile, just in case I lose this. All right, home again, jiggity jog. Wow. Okay, 19 miles, 33 minutes, 243 watt-hours per mile. Yeah, so I slowed down coming through Cedar Park. Observed the construction zone, speed limit, and all that. Okay, whatever. Plus, it's also a little bit downhill in some way. Okay. Actually, look at this. So, over the last 5 miles, I averaged 124 watt-hours per mile. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Total trip for today. I should say it's 5:50 p.m. Total trip for today, 403 miles, 125 kilowatt hours, and 309 watt-hours per mile. Okie dokie. Let me get some stuff settled in, and I'll come back and try to wrap it up. All right, so I just took a few moments to say a very negative thing about Tesla and FSD. I'm glad to at least have it off my chest, but I hate having to say it. Okay? All right, so we're leaving Waco. Oh my goodness. Or I'm sorry, Temple. Buc-ee's in Temple. And I have a Model Y that's following me, and it looks like he kind of like, I want to go. Well, you're gonna have to wait for me to do the merge before you clip around me. I mean, that's the way it is. Too bad. You know. Anyway, peace and harmony. And yes, as soon as we get out to the highway, to I-35, when I'm moving over, he's moving over into the middle lane to go by. Okay, more power to you. Go. Get away from me. You know, come on, man. All right, so most of this is going fine. Did that already happen? So the one thing I wanted to, well, there's other things, but okay. There was one place where I was passing a semi. That was earlier. But anyway, I'm passing the semi drifts across the line. It's not just the horse trailer, it's also a semi did it as well. And FSD says, oh, I better brake. Well, you're going to have to pass him sooner or later. And he's recovering from his stupidity. I mean, that's the problem with semis and those guys. They don't take brakes often enough. I get it. It takes time to pull into a stop and take a break. But you really should be taking a break because it is too tiring. Yes, I know. I drove school bus. The school bus, same thing? No, school bus is a lot lighter, a lot smaller, but it's the same thing. You're driving for a long time. You need a break. Okay? I mean, it's just, I hear it all the time. But I can drive 500 miles without a stop. Really? You're not going to take a bathroom break? You're not going to stop to get something to eat? Nothing? No. Most people wouldn't do that. Most people would take a break sooner or later. Have I done that? Have I gone without taking a break? Yes, I have. Sometimes you had to. But I don't think we ever went anything so far away that the students on the bus, at least some of them, didn't need a break sooner or later. Right? So usually, if it's going to be more than 2 hours, I try to figure out a place where we would come to a stop somewhere just so that they can take a bathroom break, right? They're human. So is the driver. Okay. So other comments on all this is sometimes when you're coming up on a vehicle and you're saying, okay, I need to turn on left turn signal to move over. I don't know why FSD is not doing it, but FSD for some reason sometimes doesn't do it. Driver has to turn on left turn signal, say, let's go around this vehicle. And as it turns out, what's going on is FSD is about to do emergency braking. Yes, FSD is so busy getting ready to brake, it's ignoring the left turn signal, which makes perfect sense. Left turn signal, move into the lane next to the vehicle and go whip by. It's actually the safer solution than the braking all of a sudden in the middle of the highway. What? Yes, it's far safer. Whatever. Finally, as we enter Williamson County, I'm getting really kind of tired of all this. So I moved to the outside lane. Well, I'm for some reason I'm an FSD off, probably because of something stupid. Okay, FSD off. Reach over. Where is it? Autopilot. Reach over to autopilot. Set minimal lane changes. Move to the outside lane and invoke FSD and let FSD drive for a while. Okay. I mean, I'm tired of it. After a little while, even that's too much for me. Brake on FSD off. I drive manual the rest of the way home. No, I don't want to put up with this anymore. I'm tired of all this stuff. Okay. With that said, well, maybe I need to go here first. Now, there are those among you who have heard me tell you that FSD is mostly good. It's just the occasional hiccups. Okay. When you're going down the highway at highway speed, the amount of time you have to react to something going stupid is pretty small. On top of that, you have the people are flying by at 90 or whatever miles an hour. Oh. Yeah, it's like that one F-150. I saw him coming up, so I had time to think about what I'm going to do. Okay, I didn't speed up, but I did as soon as I felt it was safe to move over in front of the semi, I did. And I'm pretty sure FSD didn't think it was safe. In fact, I think on one case, FSD painted the front of that semi red as I'm moving over. Which is really weird because if it's FSD's idea to do it, he's cutting off less than a car length away. Okay, maybe it's just over a car length away. Oh my goodness. What? I mean, you don't do that to a semi. I know. Human behavior, right? Is that what you are going to argue? It's human behavior to do so? That's stupid and dangerous. Okay, whatever. With all that said, well, the stupid thing is, I need to go back and look at those. Those rules are the human driver took action to avoid a dangerous situation. In this case, involved vehicles. I mean, so it happened multiple times. That's enough. I avoided an accident several times. Not FSD. Oh, FSD blamed me for it. But not FSD. It was the human driver who brake on FSD off, canceled out the automation crap, and handle it manually. That's what saved the day, not the automation. Okay, there you go, Elon. You win. In some places, it acted exactly like a human, like a California road rager type human. What's that? I'd rather not be a California road rager. Is there any way for that to be possible? Okay, whatever. You're rethinking through all of it. Yes, the grade's enough for today. There you go. But like I've said before, most time he just drives. He handles it all of it. He goes around the curves. He handles following navigation a lot of the time. Sometimes he does something stupid like Destination Way. I don't know why he has to turn on Destination Way. And to tell you the truth, he's not going to turn Destination Way. He's just going into the turn lane. So he wakes up at the end and he says, oh, wait, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be near the lane. And he'll try to switch back. Talk about something that's dangerous, and I think that's legal. Wow. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. There you go. I hate to be so mean about it, but I can't avoid it. I don't know. What else can I say? Onward, upward, charge. Okay, I'm not sure if all of this will make sense, all the scribbling I did. Okay, so today's energy use is 125 kilowatt hours for a total cost of $35.62. Yes, I went to 3 superchargers. Okay, so if I take 403, did I do this wrong? No, what did I do? I think I divided 35.62 by $2.70. Gave me 9.63 gallons. Okay, so that's 25 miles per gallon. I figured that 35.62 would have given you about 9.63 gallons. And as always, please verify my math. Don't take my word for it. On the other hand, 403 miles would have required 16 gallons at 25 miles per gallon. Okay? So that would have left you, $6.50 or 6 gallons, 6.5 gallons short. 6.5? Okay, almost 7 gallons. Whatever it is. Okay? You would have been short. So, the question I always face is, but do you save money? Well, if the price of $35.62 gave you 9.63 gallons, and you would have required 16.12 gallons to make the distance, you would have failed. Okay? It's that simple, that easy. That's the difference. So 7 times 2, let's round it up. 14, 21, 20. So what is it, about $18, $19 difference? Was it a big difference? No, because I used superchargers to make the whole trip. On the other hand, could you have done it for $35.62? I'm guessing in a Toyota Prius you could have. Well, easily, probably in a Toyota Prius, but anyway, as always, this is just to give you an idea of the difference in efficiency between an EV, and believe me, today's trip, oh man, 309 watt hours per mile compared to 250. Yes, it was from an energy perspective, it was a horrible trip. On the other hand, I'm traveling as fast as almost every other ICE vehicle out there. Yes, there are people who passed me, yes. And yes, I did pass people, yes. Okay? So there you go. And what is the speed limit? 70, 75 sometimes? Okay. Anyway, this is your ICE comparison note. As I said, feel free to compare however you want to compare. It doesn't bother me one bit how you want to compare it. This is for all you people who make a big deal about the cost. Here it is. What's that? Oh, yes. I think I paid $40,000 for this car. Okay. Yes, it was used. It was a 2020, so about 3 years old. Okay. All right. Anyway, onward, upward charge. Time to rest, huh?